Let me ask you a question. Have you ever felt like your English is almost good, but not quite fluent yet? You can understand most conversations, you can read articles, but when you try to speak, your mind goes blank. You feel stuck at an intermediate level, unable to break through to that confident, fluent C1 or C2 level. If this sounds like you are not alone. Today, I'm going to help you break down that wall. In this masterclass, you will learn how to think in English, how to speak smoothly and naturally, and how to train your listening every day, just like native speakers do. And make sure you stay with me until the very end, because I'll reveal the simple secret that separates fluent speakers from lifelong learners. Part 1. Redefining real fluency. First, let's talk about what fluency really means. Many learners have the wrong idea about fluency. They think fluency is about speaking fast. This is not true. They also think fluency is about being perfect and never making mistakes. This is also not true. So, what is real fluency? Fluency is about speaking naturally, with rhythm, confidence, and connection. When you are fluent, your thoughts flow easily from your mind to your mouth. You don't translate from your native language. You think directly in English. You are not nervous. You sound calm, clear, and confident. That's what we are working toward. Real fluency. Have you ever wondered what makes fluent English speakers sound so confident? It's not just about grammar or vocabulary. It's the way they think. They think directly in English. When they see a picture of the sun, they don't think of the word in their native language first. They just think, Sunday. They focus on meaning, not on individual words. They are trying to communicate an idea, not just say a collection of words. They allow for mistakes. They know that the goal is connection, not perfection. They focus on the rhythm and music of the language. If you want to move from B1 to C2, you need to start thinking like a fluent speaker. Free, confident, and focused on communication. The secret to getting there is daily listening and speaking practice. Every day, you must listen actively and speak actively, not just study grammar or vocabulary from a book. And that's exactly what this masterclass is about. Part 2, the core practice, the input or output loop. Let's start with one of the most powerful systems to reach fluency. The input divided by output loop. This means you must train your ears, input, and your mouth, output, together, every single day. The input, the active listening habit. Listening is like breathing for language learners. You can't become fluent if you only read or write. You must hear the language every single day, but not just any listening. You need active listening. Active listening means focusing on meaning, rhythm, and emotion, not just hearing individual words. Here's how you can do it. 1. Choose something you enjoy. Find a short story, a podcast episode, or a YouTube video that is interesting to you. 2. Listen once for the gist. Just try to understand the main idea. Don't worry about the details. 3. Listen again for interesting language. This time, listen for any new words or natural-sounding phrases. Write them down. 4. Listen a third time for the music. Pay attention to the rhythm, the stress, and the intonation. How does the speaker use their voice to show emotion? This 3-step method turns passive listening into an active workout for your ears. The output. The power of shadowing. Now for the output. Once you have listened actively, it's time to speak. The most powerful technique for this is shadowing. Shadowing means you listen and speak at the same time. You repeat what you hear, word by word, trying to copy the speaker's rhythm, tone, and speed. It's like singing along to a song. This technique trains your mouth, your ears, and your brain to work together. It helps you develop the music of English. Let's try a short shadowing exercise together. Listen first. I used to feel nervous every time I spoke English. But then, I started shadowing native speakers every day. After 1 month, I could hear the rhythm. After 2 months, I could feel the words. After 3 months, I started to sound more natural. Now, let's shadow it together slowly. I will say a line, and you repeat it right after me. Ready? I used to feel nervous every time I spoke English. But then, I started shadowing native speakers every day. After 1 month, I could hear the rhythm. After 2 months, I could feel the words. After 3 months, I started to sound more natural. Well done. When you shadow daily, your pronunciation improves without effort. You begin to speak more automatically because you are training your mouth muscles, not just your brain. Part 3. The Mindset for Mastery. Now that you have the core practice loop, active listening, and active shadowing, let's talk about the mindset you need to make it work. Thinking in English, step by step. One of the biggest problems learners face is translation. So how do you stop translating? You must train your brain to think directly in English. It's a skill you build step by step. Step 1. The word level. Start by naming things you see around you in English. Look at your desk and say, laptop, coffee, pen, notebook. This trains your brain to connect objects directly to English words. Step 2. The phrase level. Now, instead of single words, use short phrases. For example, a hot cup of coffee, a beautiful blue sky, a fast car. This helps you think in chunks, not translations. Step 3. The sentence level. Next, describe your actions or feelings in simple English sentences. For example, I am drinking coffee. I am watching a video. I feel tired today. Step 4. The thought level. Finally, express your full ideas and opinions directly in English. For example, I think learning English is like building a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. When you reach this stage, you don't translate anymore. You just speak. The confidence switch. Fluent speakers are not fluent because they know everything. They are fluent because they are not afraid to try. You see, confidence is not something you wait for. It's something you create. When you speak English, don't think, I might make a mistake. Instead, think, I'm learning, I'm improving. Every mistake is a step toward fluency. Let me tell you a quick story. Last year, one of my students, let's call her Maria, came to me with a dream. She said, Sarah, I can read and write in English, but I can't speak. My pronunciation is not good and I freeze when people talk fast. We started small. Every day, Maria shadowed one short English story, just 5 minutes a day. She listened carefully and repeated with emotion. After 3 weeks, her voice sounded clearer. After 6 weeks, her confidence grew. After 3 months, she could have full conversations with native speakers. No fear, no freezing. How did it happen? Because she trained her ears and mouth together, not just her mind. She stopped waiting to be perfect and started practicing. This is what you can do too. Part 4. Your daily fluency routine. So, how can you put all of this into a simple daily routine? Here is a powerful 20-minute routine that you can follow every day. Minute 1 to 5. The 5-minute English thinking routine. You can do this anywhere. Minute 1. Observe. Look around you and name what you see in English. There's a chair. The window is open. Minute 2. Describe. Add more details. The chair looks comfortable. The sky is clear. End of chapter. End of 40 teals. W. Minute 3. Express. Talk about your feelings. I feel relaxed. I'm happy the weather is nice. Minute 4. Imagine. Create a short imaginary situation. What if it starts raining? I would go outside and dance in the rain. Minute 5. Reflect. Think about your day. Today was good. I finished my work and learned new English words. Minute 6 to 15. The 10-minute active listening workout. Find a short podcast or video that is interesting to you. Listen once for the main idea. Listen again and write down 2 to 3 new or interesting phrases. Listen a third time and just focus on the music and rhythm of the speaker's voice. Minute 16 to 20. The 5-minute shadowing sprint. Take a 1-minute section of the audio you just listened to. Shadow it 5 times. Try to get closer to the speaker's pronunciation and rhythm with each repetition. That's only 20 minutes a day, but this focused, active routine will change everything about how you hear, think, and speak English. The final secret. You have done amazing work today. You've learned that fluency is not about perfection, but about natural, confident connection. You've learned about the powerful input divided by output loop of active listening and shadowing, and you have a clear, simple daily routine to follow. And now, for the secret I promised at the beginning. The simple secret that separates fluent speakers from lifelong learners is this. You must stop being a student of English and start becoming a user of English. A student studies for a test. A user uses the language to live their life. A student worries about mistakes. A user focuses on communication. A student waits for the perfect moment. A user creates moments to practice. When you make this mindset shift, English is no longer a subject in your schedule. It becomes a part of who you are. You don't just study English, you live it. So, my challenge to you is this. For the next week, I want you to follow the 20-minute daily fluency routine we just created. And then, come back to this video and tell me in the comments. What is one new phrase you learned during your active listening practice? Please like, share, and subscribe to the Wisdom English podcast channel to watch our next videos.